Bakovic coming in quick, makes the incredible diving catch. My goodness, Bakovic.
Germani trying to get there, goes back, and did he make another one? Holy guacamole, what a catch there.
Get to the basket, passes it to Cortez, Cortez up, and one. That is exactly what I'm talking about.
Are you ready for some Roadrunner sports? Well, you're in the right place here on the Roadrunner Review, the 30-minute magazine show that features MSU Denver sports and their highlights from the past month. I'm Sean Tafoya, and of course joining me is the lovely Celeste Zubia, the hardest working lady in Roadrunner sports. And Celeste, what do we have on today's show?
Thanks, Sean. Well, to start off, men's and women's soccer are racing toward those final RMAC standings. Volleyball is one of the hottest teams in the nation right now, and they took on highly ranked Colorado Mines this past month. And the basketball season is almost here, so we get you guys geared up with our men's and women's season preview packages.
Wow, and we're so excited to get the new basketball season underway, and both of our teams should be in line for postseason appearances. And before we get to some men's hoops, let's bring in Juan Arellano to catch us up on some Roadrunners news.
Thanks, guys. First up is a new addition of Dixie State to the RMAC, who will be joining the conference in a couple of years. They'll be the RMAC 16th member, which will even things up in scheduling once they are official here in the 2018-2019 academic year. The Trailblazers featured 15 NCAA Division II sports and will join Westminster as the second Utah school in the conference. And with the fall seasons wrapping up in a few weeks, the RMAC announced its all-academic teams. In volleyball, 7 players were named to the team, including standouts Alyssa Kelling and Stephanie Laraway. In women's soccer, 9 athletes were all-academic in the RMAC, including leading scorers Elise Bernard and Raina Banks. From the men's soccer were given honors including Josh Belfridge and Dustin Berg. So that would do it for this month's MSU Denver News. Remember to check out RoadrunnersAthletics.com for everything you want or need to know about Roadrunner sports. And let's get into some MSU Denver basketball. I love this time of year.
I mean, we saw Dixie State's men's soccer team earlier this season when our teams were in non-conference play as well. So excited to add new members to the RMAC and make it a more competitive conference in Division II.
Yeah, definitely. So now it's time to talk some basketball, and we'll start with our men's basketball team as our basketball expert here, Sean Tafoya, gets us ready for the new season.
Thanks, Celeste. The men's basketball team has their sights set on making a return appearance to the NCAA tournament after missing out on the big dance last season. 7th-year head coach Derek Clark welcomes back 7 players from that squad, and everyone seems to be on the same page on bringing MSU Denver back to the NCAA prominence. The MSU Denver men's basketball season gets rolling, and the team knows that after missing the NCAA tournament, it's going to have to put in the work to get the program back to the heights it's been before.
It motivates us a lot. I mean, it was a big letdown last year not being able to make it, so we push every day and strive to get better so that we can get there this year.
Well, that's the expectation. You know, we've built our program to a point where, you know, our fans, our players, everyone in our organization expects to be in the NC2A.
With a healthy crop of returning players like Biggs Bunamakeda and Andre Harris, and a bunch of fresh new faces, and of course under head coach Derek Clark, this team is ready to set the RMAC on fire.
I mean, I'm very excited, and we got new team, but we got a lot of returners this year. Yeah, I'm very excited.
We've been practicing for the better part of 3-4 months, so you know it's nice to start actually getting to some games and seeing if the practice is going to pay off.
I'm really excited. We put a lot of time in practice, hours in practice, so it's nice to be finally go against another opponent and see where we're at, evaluate ourselves.
After losing scoring guard Tony Dobinson to graduation, Coach Clark's squad knows it's going to be a team effort to replicate his production.
Well, I don't think it's one guy. I think that you got to start with the returners first, the Brian Howards, the Peter Mollers, the Enrique Cortezes, the guys that have a year under their belt. Those are the guys that are already in the program.
I believe, a lot of the returners and the players we have now, we all have to, of course, step up our game now and focus on our roles and be better at them.
For the Roadrunner Review, I'm Sean Tafoya. So while Coach Clark's men are ready to step out on that court for their first game in November, it was time to get the fans ready with the 2nd annual Rowdy at the Regency event.
Yeah, Sean, it's always important for fans to get to know the players from the men's and women's basketball team and get hyped for the upcoming season. So I went out to the Regency to catch all the excitement. It's the start of a new basketball season, the best time of the year. And what better way to start it off than at Rowdy at the Regency.
Both men's and women's basketball kicked off the season by hosting a 3-point contest as well as a slam dunk contest.
Both MSU Denver basketball teams went head-to-head to show off their talents in a three-point contest and, of course, a slam dunk contest. But it wasn't all just basketball. The teams also showed off their dancing talents with the dance battle to start off the night, as well as getting the fans involved with some relays.
It's just good to be together with the guys and incorporate the girls and stuff like that, like do the silly dance and stuff, just to make everybody like have a good time.
And a good time it was as fans came to join in and show their support for both teams for the upcoming season.
Well, I hope to see a really good turnout. I mean, with their squad, our squad, and, you know, just personalities. Like, when people meet us, like, we're fun to be around. So I think it's going to bring a lot of people to the crowd, and I'm excited.
So don't forget to come out and support your men's and women's basketball team this season. For the Roadrunner review, Celeste Zubia.
Both of these teams have great personalities for the fans to interact with, and especially with me because it took a couple times to perfect that stand-ups, and poor Cameron had to jump over me a few times to finally get that dunk to go through.
Well, we'll make sure to keep you off the court and as far away from those players as humanly possible. Meanwhile, the men's team is picked to finish third in the RMAC and will start their conference season on December 2nd when they host South Dakota Mines right here at the Uraria Event Center.
And don't forget, Sean, you can watch Roadrunner basketball all season long at roadrunnersathletics.com, and it's absolutely free.
No better price than free. Time for our first break as we're just getting started here on the Roadrunner Review. Up ahead on the show, we'll feature our women's basketball team as they gear up for the 2016-2017 season. But coming up next, the volleyball team has been rolling in conference play. In fact, they have yet to lose a game. So come on back and get caught up on the hottest team in the nation. Welcome back to the Roadrunner Review, and it's time to dig into some volleyball as head coach Jenny Glenn and her squad are off to a scorching start, reeling off 10 straight wins in conference play.
Yeah, Sean, they have been playing great volleyball in Coach Glenn's first season here at MSU Denver with the likes of Michaela Smith and Brandy Torr, but they had a tough matchup on the road with Regis University, who are led by 30-year head coach Frank LaFresia. Coach LaFresia is retiring after this season, and boy, did he have his girls ready to go in this one. Two-time All-American Katie Klein powers down of her 10 kills. Then the attack era allows Diamond Ridley Pierce to finish on the kill. The Rangers take set 1, 25-21. So we head into the second set, and this one was a barn burner. Maggie Stewart finds an open spot on the floor, and Regis takes a 19-13 lead. Looking like the Rangers are going to grab set 2, but not so fast, my friend. Michaela Smith, the conference leader in kills, blasts one past the defense. Then Ryan Herdeman actually knocks the Regis defender down with this swing. That girl has some power. It was back and forth until Herdeman ends the second set madness with the 32-30 victory. Smith would carry this team with 18 kills, 15 digs, 4 service aces, and 3 total blocks. The red and blue make it 11 in a row with a 3-1 win over the Rangers.
So next on the docket was a date with the 22nd ranked team in the nation in Colorado Mines. The winner of this match would make their claim for the RMAC regular season championship. The mighty Ore Diggers would strike first, where Rose Curry had a stellar month and continued that in this match. The junior racked up 5 kills in the first set and finished with 16. And then history was made that night. Alana Winfield broke the Ore Diggers record for career kills, recording her 1,517th kill in that first set. Mines steals away the first set 25-23, but here come those Roadrunners. Smith with one of her team high 7 service aces. She was incredible on that back line in this one. Second set belongs to MSU Denver. Third set and Brandy Torr on the assist. Nope, She puts down the dump, and the Roadrunners go up 2-1. How about a little defense? Brandy Torr and Stephanie Laraway come up with the block, and the red and blue pull off the upset by a final of 3-1. What a night for Coach Glenn and her squad.
Well, that's of course amazing. I mean, we've been working so hard, so I think we do deserve it, and we are ready for tonight. But Mines is a good team, and you know, it's pretty much a coin toss when you're playing good teams, but I'm glad we came out tonight and we played strong.
How confident is this team playing right now? I know 12 in a row can mean a lot of things, but for you guys, it just seems like you're on a whole nother level. It doesn't look like you guys are in chaos at all out there.
We definitely work on our composure. I mean, that's the most important thing, playing a good team in matches. I mean, with any team, especially when you're down. But we've been playing so hard that our confidence level is up there. I mean, wins definitely help your confidence, so that could be a big difference.
It's just another match for us. That's how we're trying to approach every match of the year. You know, in our long-term goal, it is a great win. Mines is a great team. You know, it's causing us to have to step up to a new level and challenge us and continue to challenge us in different ways. So I think it's a great reward for our hard work up to this point and the body of work we've put in.
The following night, the Cougars from Colorado Christian came to town to try and pull an upset of their own. But junior libero Jackie Lopez had other things in store for CCU. The Encino, California native could not be stopped on the defensive end, racking up a season-high 28 digs. CCU libero Kylie Worster tries to sneak one past the defense on the dump, but Lopez slides to her right to keep it alive, and Torr won't miss on her dump attempt. And if her defense wasn't good enough, the first-year libero also added 4 service aces as well. The Roadrunners, as a team, tallied 92 digs in a 3-1 win over Colorado Christian.
So here are the RMAC standings after the month of October, and your Roadrunners are still unbeaten in the conference. There are still 3 games left to go in the regular season, and we'll take on the second place Colorado Mesa twice in that span of 5 days. And then it's on to the RMAC tournament. And Celeste, the way this team is playing, they look poised to host that RMAC tournament. Wouldn't that be great to have the best of the RMAC right here in the Mile High City?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, and I bet Jenny Glenn just feels, so accomplished leading her team to such a good season after replacing Debbie Hendricks, who was here for 17 seasons. So I'm excited to see what happens if they do host the tournament and how far they'll go in the RMAC.
Absolutely. Still ahead on the show, the women's soccer team is still looking for a little offense in October, and boy, did they get it in a big way. Come on back as the offensive fireworks exploded just in time for that final push towards the RMAC postseason. We're coming right back on the Roadrunner Review.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
Brought to you by your #1 volume Nissan dealer, Tynan's Nissan. Come in today and choose from nearly 1,200 new Nissans. Get 0% for 72 months with no payments for 90 days. During the Bottom Line event, lease the new Altima for only $149 per month. Gives you both efficiency and performance. Looking for an SUV? Then choose the all-wheel drive Rogue at just $159 per month. Also available with optional third-row seats. Bottom Line savings at Tynan's Nissan in Aurora and Fort Collins.
So glad you're back with us here on the Roadrunner Review. And don't forget, you can keep up with all of our sports at roadrunnersathletics.com. Right now, we dive into some women's soccer, and finding the back of the net has not come easy for Coach Adrienne Peets and her squad.
Yeah, Sean, since their 2-0 win in their first game versus West Texas A&M, they've scored 1 goal or less in 8 straight games. So let's see if they could kickstart the offense in the month of October.
Head coach Adrienne Peets and her squad welcome in Westminster to the Mile High City, and it would be the Griffins who strike first. From one header to the next, Heidi Leuscheder finds Abigail Black, who has the defense beat. She only needs to beat the keep, and she does, going low, and it's 1-0 Westminster. MSU Denver answers back. Lexi Marr on the free kick. She finds the head of Raina Banks, who nets her 4th goal of the season. We head into the second half, and it's Leuscheder again This time she takes the rip, and it's past a diving Erica Torres to put her team back on top. Roadrunner corner, Elise Bernard sends it in, and Mar deflects it in for the equalizer. Let's check out that replay. You can see the Griffins keeper way out of position, and Mar is racing in, and the ball goes off her leg and into the net. Into overtime we go. This ball is left for Libby Dearden. She takes a shot, and Torres gets just enough of it to help preserve the draw for her squad. But 2 goals on the board is a good sign for Coach Peets.
It's very disappointing just because we can't get the result that we wanted to, but at the same time it isn't a loss, and one of our goals is to not lose at our home field, so at least we still got that going for us. We hope that in the future that we can just finish them, because all it really takes is a one frickin' goal in the double overtime, and then we're done. So my mark just kind of like hit the ball into me, and I like hit my knee into the ball and just followed through, and so it was really good.
2 goals? How about 7, Sean? To start things off, and we literally mean starting things off, as the red and blue score 10 seconds into the game. Elise Bernard just outworks the UC Colorado Springs defense for the quick goal. And, well, the floodgates exploded after that. Let's push fast forward on the remote. Nana Gomez outraces the defense for goal number 2. Then Gomez from way out gets the deflection to record her 4th goal on the season. Then Bernard to Banks for the tap-in. Then it's Banks again off the rebound, recording her 7th goal on the year. Then Regency goes top right corner for her first MSU Denver goal. And for goal number 7, it's Kaylee McKenzie, who is 1 versus 1 with the keep. And we know how this story is going to end. 7-0 is the final. So are we still worried about this team scoring goals?
It was senior day for 3 Roadrunners. Ashley Smith, Lexi Marr, and Shirstine Sharp have contributed 15 years of service for Coach Peets and the MSU Denver program. They hope to make it a memorable day in their contest against Western State Colorado. And how good has Bernard been on the corners this year? Here, she finds the head of Emily Romer, who records her first Roadrunner goal. And boy, she looked excited. For Bernard, she leads the RMAC in assists with 9. Then it's Romer on the giving end, finding Brenda Vasquez, who races around the defense, fires at far post, and the keep has no chance. That was Vasquez's first goal in the season as well. It was a 2-0 win for the Roadrunners, and they are playing great soccer as they head towards the RMAC tournament.
Absolutely, Sean. Their late season run earns MSU Denver the 5th seed and will travel to Grand Junction to take on the Mavericks from Colorado Mesa. So here are the final standings brought to you by the Tivoli Bookstore. Tune in to next month's show or at roadrunnersathletics.com to keep up with Coach Pete's squad as they look to make a deep postseason run. We have men's soccer up next as they make their postseason run.
Let's see what he does right here. He gets a shot in with his left foot, and what a goal by Dimitri Ney! The French international 3rd goal of the season for Dimitri Ney.
I pledge.
I pledge.
I pledge. To identify situations in which sexual assault may occur.
To recognize that non-consensual sex is sexual assault.
I pledge.
I pledge. To create an environment in which sexual assault is unacceptable and survivors are supported.
To intervene in situations where consent has not or cannot be given.
Back here on the Roadrunner Review, and we'll stick with the pitch as we ramp up for some men's soccer, and we'll bring back in Juan Arellano to see how the Roadrunners are doing.
Thanks, Sean. Coming into October, head coach Jeremy Tittle and his squad were sporting a 3-1-1 conference mark, and with some big games on the schedule, MSU Denver are right back in the thick of the playoff race heading towards the RMAC tournament. The red and blue look to take a step in the right direction with a matchup against CSU Pueblo. Freshman Dimitri Ney flying into the box. He finds Jeff Gillis alone in the front of the net, and he won't miss from there. After the Thunderwolves tie it up, a through ball reaches the foot of Cameron Campbell. Campbell has a point-blank shot, but Hayden Russ is there to make the big save. Second half, and the runners are on the attack. Josh Belford sends it to Dustin Berg. Berg does a back heel to Nolan Barf, and the senior defender makes sure he finds the back of the net for his first ever collegiate goal. Arturo Vega whips a shot around the wall and it perfectly finds the bottom right of the goal. It was all Metro State in the 5-2 victory. Up next was the day with the Rangers from Regency University, and both teams are fighting it out for the tournament seeding. On this spot to Ney, two Rangers defenders collide into one another and there's nothing but green turf in front of the freshman. Ney fakes to the right, goes left, shoots it low and beats the keeper for the 1-0 lead. He has been fantastic in his first year in the Mile High City. But Regis answers right back, loose ball at the top of the box, and Sawyer Lincoln rips the shot just under the crossbar to draw even with the home team. Bad clearing attempt by Regis, and Vega is right there to make them pay, scoring his 4th goal of the season. And here's Ney again, making it difficult on the defense. He gets tripped up in the box, forcing a penalty kick. Barrel fetches money from the 12 steps, netting his 9th goal of the year. Roadrunners love playing at home, earning the 3-1 win. Time for the regular season finale, and boy, it was a big one as Fort Lewis College came in with the same RMAC record, so a lot was on the line. And let's go back in time to last season where the Skyhawks put a beating on our Roadrunners in the first round of the RMAC tournament on this same pitch. Back to the present day, and it's scoreless at half until Ney beats the defender into the box. He finds Gillis, who puts it towards the net, and Belfridge is there to pop it in with just a few feet out, and it's 1-0 Roadrunners. Belfridge into the double digits in goals scored this season. From the corner, Lolo Escobar put the perfect ball in the head of Belfridge, who now has 12 goals scored. He has to be in line for the first team all-conference. MSU Denver exacts some revenge on the 2-0 victory. So with the end of the regular season comes the postseason tournament, and here are the final standings in the RMAC, brought to you by the Hilton Garden Inn. Colorado Mesa earned the top seed and will host the tournament in the semifinals and the finals. For Coach Tittle's squad, they'll head on the road to face another familiar foe in Colorado Mines in Golden. We're coming right back on the Roadrunner review with top plays and the season preview for our women's basketball teams. You don't want to miss that.
Are you a college student that needs a place to live? Are you still living with your parents and want your own space? The Regency Student Housing is perfect for you. The community offers many amenities such as a fitness center, 2 basketball courts, big screen amphitheater, all-you-can-eat dining hall, bowling alley, arcade, free parking, and a shuttle to and from the Auraria campus. For more information, please call 303-477-1950 or visit our website at regencystudenthousing.com.
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor. It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
Welcome back. Boy, are we excited for the women's basketball season to get underway. And Celeste, this team has enough chemistry to blow up a biology lab.
That's not very funny, Sean, but nice try. So while the men's team has a bunch of new faces, head coach Tanya Have's squad brings back a ton of experience that includes a lot of these girls who have played together for, 3-4 years. It's just a matter of putting the pieces together in the right way.
A basketball team is like a jigsaw puzzle. You have the pieces in front of you, it's just a matter of putting them all together to reach the final goal. The obvious first piece of the puzzle is head coach Tanya Have. She enters her 7th season with MSU Denver, and we know that the final picture starts with her.
Coach is always getting us fired up every single day, like today's a new day, get better today, and that's what she's always said to us.
The most important piece comes in the form of leadership that will come from the seniors. Janae Payne comes into the season with 3 years of experience in Coach Have's system.
They're huge in terms of the culture and establishing a culture and maintaining that culture and getting other players to understand what it's like to be at Metro.
Jalen Smith was an unexpected piece that exploded onto the season as a freshman last season, leading the team in assists and finishing 2nd in field goal percentage. Her ability to change the game is a huge hole that she fills.
I did not expect what we got out of Jalen last year, so she's going to be huge. She reminds me of Jasmine Cervantes, our other point guard, the All-American point guard that we had. She just understands the game, so she's going to be a major factor. Her development, I think, will be a big factor in how far we go or how well we do.
Coach Have recognized that pieces were missing from last season's puzzle. So she hit the recruiting trail and brought in 3 tall posts that gives the team some much-needed height.
With increased size, I think each of our new bigs brings something different to the table. And so if we can utilize all 3 of them, they make one big puzzle, and it helps fit our team really well.
Now that this team has all the pieces, the final step is putting them together so that the final picture can be revealed and that the final goal can be reached. For the Roadrunner Review, Celeste Zubia.
I got my money on the women's basketball team reaching that RMAC postseason for the first time in 3 seasons. But now, it's time for the top plays, and they are brought to you by the Regency. Play number 5 comes from Josh Belfrich, who continues to pile up the goals. Yours truly was on the call for his 11th goal, which came against Fort Lewis College.
Inside and Nay with a nice little nifty move into Gillis, and it'll be Belfrich with the rebound, putting it into the net, and there's the celebration. There's the first goal of the game, and it's 1-0 MSU Denver as they...
I honestly can't believe that this play isn't number 1. I mean, come on, I'm in this play. During the Rowdy at the Regency, junior transfer Cameron Williams flies over me during my stand-up. Sure, the dunk is nice, but the flawless execution on my delivery should move this way up in the rankings. What do you think, Sean?
I'm glad you didn't hurt Cameron Williams on that play. We need him for the regular season, and you're easily replaceable with Juan. Just kidding, Celeste. Anyway, can we just stand in awe of how awesome senior setter Brandy Torres? Let's just watch as she dives, contorts her body, uses her quick reflexes to keep all these balls alive. I know she's the best setter in the RMAC, but she might be the best defensive player in the league as well. With her team undefeated in the RMAC, who's going to argue with me?
She's so good, Sean, so you won't hear any arguments from me. Let's get back to the pitch in play number 2. There's nothing more exciting than a fantastic build-up. Belfrich into the box. He finds Berg, who gets cheeky with the back heel to Barth, who powers the shot into the back of the net to make sure he doesn't miss. And that's because he's never scored a goal in his 4 years at MSU Denver before this one. And check out the celebration. He's fired up, his team is fired up, and that propels the team to the 5-2 win.
And for our top play from the past month, we'll look to women's soccer in their game against UC Colorado Springs. And let's start that clock from opening kickoff. The Roadrunners go over the top, and the ball eventually finds Elise Bernard, who works her magic around the Mountain Lions defense, and she scores the goal in just 10 seconds. A new MSU Denver record for fastest goal ever scored. And boy, did she set the tone for the rest of the game as the home team scores 7 goals in the win. Those were the top plays from the past month, and as always, they were brought to you by the Regency.
All right, guys, let's be honest here. Do you guys really think I'm that easily replaceable, or?
Well, Celeste, I'm ready to swoop in for your job right now.
I mean, I'm not saying you're not.
All right, this conversation ends here. So that's going to do it for this episode of the Roadrunner Review. Remember to keep up with all MSU Denver sports at roadrunnersathletics.com.
For Eric Lansing, Juan Arellano, Celeste Zubia, and the rest of the Roadrunner Review crew, I'm Sean Tafoya, and we'll see you next month for more high-flying MSU Denver action.
Oh, hello there. I'm Avery Anderson, host of the Nightly Met here on Channel 58. Do you like watching television that's witty and funny? Maybe you enjoy seeing local performers being highlighted, or you like to watch fun interviews with local citizens. If that's the case, then don't watch our show. We're just college kids, so the jokes are only funny some of the time. The bands suck, and the interviews are awkward to watch. But if that sounds good to you, make sure you tune in every Friday night at 7 p.m. or go to mymetmedia.com.
Met Radio on mymetmedia.com.